So I welcome you all once again to today's section. Today will be our last batch one meeting. Good. Today, purpose for the meeting is to discuss the few areas according to the mid-examiner, and I will do one topic specific based on the mid-examiner's section. Good. Okay, so I will start. Well, I'll tell that there was two things for you. One is good news and one is bad news, like I always say. So first of all, I will start with the bad news first before I go to the good news. For the good news, overshadow the bad news. But the bad news does not cover you. If you're in class today, the bad news does not cover you. Let me see number two here. Okay, good. It does not cover you. So let me start with that one first. The bad news is that the level of the standard of your paper, according to my analysis, disclaimer, according to my analysis, not the examiner's analysis, according to my view, the level of difficulty will be increased as compared to last attempts on. I'm not saying this to deter you. I'm saying this to motivate you, to ginger you to work harder. Yes. But still, people have to pass. Yes. So the level of the paper will be a little bit higher than last sittings on, with the exception of few areas which will be very low. Well, there'll be new questions, surprises. There'll be new questions, and then surprises. Good. What were we saying? Yes, so still about the bad news. The standard of the paper will be raised. Yes. That one, it is not a news. It's something that you have to expect, that for the level of difficulty, it must be increasing. Einstein goes ahead because when you go to the office first, as they have been promoting you, then the level of your responsibility will also increases. So the same way over here as the years goes ahead. So take note for us. Okay, so take notes for us. Okay. Yes, I've seen your issue. You are not able to connect. Good. You have a connection issue. Good. So that is it. Now, that's the bad news. But it's not a bad news. It's something that is like normal. That every year bound to happen. So let's see. Hey, trouble. Good. Then the good news. The good news is that you don't need to worry. If we prepare adequately, you will sail through. Yes, that's the good news. And then there are more good news to be shared specifically. So, and another good news is that the areas talking about, we have covered much or most of them. With the exception of only one section, where we've not covered. Good. So I think yes, if not good. Okay, second is now let's go straight and then discuss the good news. Good. So let's go straight to the good news aspects so that we will be fine. So the good news. Okay, so good news. Now we'll go straight to the questions. 7 questions divided into 2 sections. First section contains 2, and second section contains 5 questions, out of which you answer 3. So I'll go through them one after the other and what you should know. and then I'll walk you through each of them, the specific video that you should watch. Now, we are going by specific video, not all of them. So tonight, I'll walk you through the specific video that you should watch to guide you. And then I'll try and see if I can list them down and then bring them back again as I did first. Good, so that is it. Now, the section A of your paper, that's question 1A. Question 1A of your paper to be in three forms. I, the profit or loss, that's the comprehensive income. Comprehensive income. Good. Then the II, your changes in equity. Good. And then III, your financial position or the balance sheet. Good. So I will discuss each of the questions one after the other and what you should know under them. So for question 1A, it's compulsory. You can't do anything about it. And please let the composite session be your last question. Okay. Except for your question drop dito. Yes, let the composite session be your last question. Yeah. Because the composite sections are financial reporting issues. And then we can tackle the financial reporting issue last. Good. Now, the comprehensive income and the change in equity and financial position to be based on the trial balance. The trial balance, according to the examiner, to be based on all this analysis according to the examiner. Good. Based on trial balance, and there will be notes. Note 1 up to 8 in a range. Note I up to note 8. Note, or if possible 10. You can go to 10. So the note and narrate, as usual, the normal notes. The normal notes you already know. The normal notes. Inventory. Yes. Inventory. And then, so first inventory. How to treat inventory, the adjustments, and then you are fine. So always check the handout. Check success, check it well, and check Impuntio. It will be a very good and reliable guide, especially Impuntio. Good. So that is it. This one is a brief. Then, so that's one of the notes we talk about this. 2, you cannot write any financial reporting paper or final account without IA 16. Is a King Kong. In fact, he will appear 2 times in your studies. IA 16. That's a PP, property, plant, and equipment. So here it will appear 3 times. It will appear 3 times. First of all, it will appear in depreciation. It means that you should be able to calculate what basic depreciation. So you should know how to calculate depreciation. Just that some of the assets might not be free. It have extra notes attached. So okay, good. So the note 1 will be the first note on the PP, depreciation. So we should know how to calculate what depreciation. It being straight line or reducing balance method. So, and like I said, sometimes the asset might not be free. There was some disposal during the year, and I see I have to do some adjustments. Good. And all of this success, it will and improve you to provide a reliable guide. Besides, your final account question will not be too difficult. No, your final account question will not be too difficult. That one, I have to be sincere with you. It will not be too difficult. although the level of the standard of the paper will be difficult, but the final account will not be all that difficult. So don't need to worry. Good. So that's IAS 16. IAS 16 alone will give you 3 notes. There will be 3 solid notes for IAS 16. The first note will talk about depreciation, how to calculate depreciation, it being straight line or reducing balance method. Then the second note still on PPE will be on disposal. So how do you account for disposal of PPE? So if you sell PPE, what is the accounting entry? Good. So disposal of PPE, then fine. Don't forget that there are 3 steps that we talk about it. Add the cash, do the profit and loss, and last one, do the removal, and then you are done. Perfect. Then the fourth one, that will be, in fact, you mix the footnotes. Wherever it is, doesn't matter. But try and then join as when we are doing the full version. Good. Now the fourth one will be on revaluation. You have to revalue some of the properties. So revaluation, so some of the notes. So it means that the questions that we have solved already, some of them have footnotes, some of them have revaluation. So we have to go back and then go and look at them and refresh our mind on them. So the revaluation, good. If it is revaluation gain, how do you treat it? Where do you send it? Revaluation loss. Please, here, the max is 20 marks. And I have pegged maximum of 10 marks. You are not going to do this to score 2020. No, we are going to get only 10 marks. Okay. So this is the target marks, 10 marks. So, in fact, if you cannot tell us the treatment, at least you can provide a calculation for us. It's part of the entry. Okay. You don't need to balance it before getting that 20/20, not at all. You don't need to balance it before you pass the paper, not at all. You can still provide entry, reasonable entry to still pass without even getting 20/20. And I know this final account will be your last question you're going to solve, and by then the time has already beaten you or gone. So what do you do? So left only like 20 to 30 minutes to solve this question, and that's not where I'm going to provide everything. They'll call it hunting for marks. So I'll do all these ones in the subsequent ones. So there will be revaluation. All these 3 notes talks about IAS 16. So the video on IAS 16, you have to go back to it and then see how capital depreciation, disposal, and revaluation. Because that will be a note. Now let me continue the journey. So to the notes. I'm still talking about the specific issues in the standards. Okay, so let me pick my summary, then go by it. Good. Now there will be IAS 40. So that's the fifth one. I'm continuing from here. Fifth one is IAS 40. IAS 40. It talks about investment property. Investment property. Now, it is not a just standard at our level. It is not a typical standard at our level. Unlike the ACIB, over there, yes. Over there, they're very troublesome. Good. The issue is with the investment property, they are made up of purely land or building or both or parts. Please, this one is not me, it's a standard. Good. That's how they define it. Land or building or both or parts. That you acquired not for sale, not for use, but for rental purposes. Let me go straight point. For them, they are for rental or capital appreciation. So how do you treat the income, the investment income, or the rental income coming from the investment property? Maybe the business have some land at East Legon or some building at East Legon, where some building at East Legon where we are renting it for capital appreciation purposes. We are renting the building. So the rental income, how do you treat it? That's all. In fact, single treatment is other income. You add it to other income. And if you want to get this, check the it's well. It's well. There's investment property in it. It's well. Question number 2 in the final account now. It's well. There's investment property in the trial balance. That one, I place the investment income or the rental income in the trial balance. It can also appear in the footnote. So take note. So that's how it will be. So you locate the rental income and you add it to other income. You are done in your PP, in your profit and loss statement. So that is it. So that will be one note. So let's move on. So that note will be very, it will be brief. That note will be very brief. So don't take any issue. Then your note 6. Your note 6 is not in order. Bad debt and provision for bad debt. Everybody is aware that, in fact, before I even continue, their footnotes, even if they are 20 in number, or they are 8, or they are 10, they are made up of 3 items that you should not forget about them. All the footnotes, I've grouped them into 3. 1, some of the footnotes are adjustments. Some of the footnotes are errors, mistakes that they've committed, and they've informed you that this is how they've accounted it. The last one, the most troublesome guy, is IFRS. Good. So, and we are now the bad debt is also one of what the adjustment or doubtful debt. So bad and doubtful debt. Bad and doubtful debt provision. Good. Bad and doubtful debt provision. I think that one there was a video for it, but that video I think I've not forwarded to you. So I'll make the arrangement and get a video on what bad and doubtful debt provision. If that video is not available, then I have to do a new one for you. Good. So this is how the note will be. Good. The bad debt fall under adjustment. For the errors, that one we cannot predict it. For the errors or mistake, we cannot predict it. That one is a mistake. You can intentionally create any error or any mistake and you inform you. So you have to reverse it. That one, to get it, you should know how to treat the account well before you can do that. Good. So that's the note 6. And then 7. There's 7. 7 will be on IAS 12, income tax. And I always said, and I will tell you that you cannot prepare final account that tax. But there's no company who has this without paying tax legally. Even if you don't pay tax, they will ask you to come and file for tax return. Even if you are in free zone, where your tax, you have a tax relief, still they'll ask you to prepare a tax return. So it's compulsory for us to know how you should do the tax. And the tax too, there's video for it, or there will be new one also for you. So the income tax, and then as usual, I know it, right? Yeah, some of you have started mentioning it. Yes, it's correct. The CUD, current year, under over deferred tax, you are done. Whatever the question be, CUD, current year, under over and deferred tax. That's the format, and you are done to get the income tax expense. So that is it. Okay. Now, I think I have to write the 7th one here. Income tax. Good. And then the 8th one, it will talk about shares, issue of shares. So issue of shares. Now this one, it will affect the changes in equity when they issue shares to the tune of the amount issued. Yeah, it will affect what? Changes in equity. So that's where it will go. So that is it. So these are the issues. They are not too hunches, no troublesome, not at all. So Question for practice will be it's well. And then apart from this issue, any other issue in it well, don't even pay maximum attention to it. These are the central focus. Make sure that these 8 items you can handle them. And if you can handle this one, then I'll raise the pass mark from 10 to 15. Yes, I'll raise it to 15. If you can handle these issues, because these are the issues that make the question look a bit troublesome. Out of the 8 notes, out of the 8 issues, at least try as much as possible to handle how many of them? 8. Handle like 3 or 4. You're done. 3, 4, or 5. Okay, handle 5 correctly. The remaining 3, do the thing as usual. Just copy the figures in the note and then bring them as entry. So I'm done with the question 1. So in summary, this is your question 1A, the final account, preparation and presentation of financial statements. Good. So that is your question 1A. Now let me go to the question 1B. We talked about the capital reduction. So good news, capital reduction. And then please, there's one thing I have to let you know. Please and please again. Please, the presentation is very key. Today we're talking about the presentation. Please and please again. The financial reporting that you see, they pay money, they spend energy, time, some of these intellectual property to design a scheme, to design the format for us. Not because we are failing exams, we should massage the format and make our own. No, not at all. So please, we should make sure that we get the standard way or the standard format. And all these standard formats are coming from the IFRSs. They are coming from the IFRSs. So please take note for us. Good. So that is it. As much as possible to present it. Yes, the presentation is very key. And if you present it well, you pass without struggling because the presentation is clear. Unlike how you feel, because they are marking a lot of papers. And if it will, the same thing will you do, because if you are serving a lot of customers, look how you behave sometimes when you're serving a lot of customers, when the pressure is on you. Yes, and then they are not feeling the thing well. They're writing anyhow, anywhere. Some of them writing in here, they're writing there. Some of them sign, they don't sign. Meanwhile, there's pressure to on you. What do? They put it somewhere. If you tell him 1 or 2, 3, and then he's not complying, just put it somewhere, and then you serve the ready customers. The same thing happened in the exams. So you check 1, 2, he's not seeing it. They have searched for it, he's not seeing it. Oh, you're delaying his time. So what do? Just put anything there for you. Anything deemed reasonable, you put it there. No, if you are public present it well. So please, the presentation is very key, especially the formats of the profit and loss and the format for the financial position and the format for the changes in equity. It must be on your fingertips. Okay, it must be with you. The formats, good, and all of these, they are videos to back them, so you don't need to worry at all. So I'll arrange them for you. Good. Now let me move on to question 1B. That's the capital reduction. The capital reduction section. The capital reduction. Good. The capital reduction. That side here, there's good news. So capital reduction. Good. That's question 1B. And they are compulsory. Please, the compulsory, do them last. Except for capital reduction. Now you can do it first or second or third. Good. So 1B. That's why it's not coming. Sorry. 1B, capital reduction. This is an interesting topic that it relates to the current RNA as a result of what? The COVID. As a result of COVID, many businesses are struggling to survive. If you are a big company, let us see your action in this COVID time. So the failing companies Or some people they've been struggling. Some of the companies have been struggling. Not even the COVID. COVID has even worse the case for them. So there's a need for them to either reorganize or make decisions to shut down code. So that's the capital reduction. And your question will be in three forms, according to my analysis. Good. In fact, your question is the design of a scheme. You'll be designing a scheme in exams. They will ask you to design a scheme. But he will not ask you in one full sentence, design a scheme for 20 marks. No, he will ask you in three forms and give you the 20 marks. How we get that? Uh-huh. So first of all, they will ask you to prepare the statement of liquidation or advise a key stakeholder at the bank. So advise a key stakeholder, a key stakeholder, stakeholder. And here the stakeholder that you ask the bank. Preferably the bank have what? Giving a bank loan or debenture or a bank overdraft through that of the company or the bank. So it means that here we are preparing statement of liquidation. Statement of liquidation. And please, with the statement of liquidation, we have a format for it. As he said, there's a legal backing. Yes. So you sell all the assets. You sell all the assets, put them together. If you have a cash there, add it to the cash balance of the entity, and you start distributing. We have a specific way, and then all of them are in the handouts and then in the video. I think in the video we solved one question, the first video on capital reduction. That's what we did. The first video. Now, after preparing the statement of liquidation, you shouldn't end it there. You have to also determine after preparing the statement of the liquidation, good. After preparing the statement of liquidation, you don't end it there. In fact, the statement of liquidation advise a key stakeholder in event of liquidation. So, in event of liquidation, good. So, it means that before you can do advice, then we have to prepare the statement of what? Liquidation. And after that, you prepare the loss per liquidation. So here, two requirements. Though they'll ask the question like this, just A like this or I like this, you have to prepare a statement of liquidation plus the loss, and all of them, there are videos to second it. Good. Then the second one, he will ask you to prepare the maximum loss or design the scheme of reconstruction. So we ask you, if he asks you the maximum loss here, then the question will be in four folds. It will be in four. Ask you to determine the maximum loss. That's the capital that they have to write it off. The losses that they have to claim from the balance sheet. Good. And then when it asks you this, then there will be C and then there will be D. Good. Just that you can fuse them together and call them what? The designing of the scheme. Design a scheme for reconstruction. Good. So design of the scheme will come in here. So in summary, so let me just summarize it again. So designing of a scheme. So design a scheme, and then we have standard 6 steps. A scheme of reconstruction. So scheme of reconstruction. Please, there are 6 steps that we have to follow. 6 steps of the reconstruction. Then finally, the resultant financial position. Financial position. Or he can break this step down and get like 2 or 3 further. But the steps are 6 in number. This one is the step 1, and the maximum loss is the step 2. Step 3 is the share of maximum loss, and then step 4 resource requirements, and then the step 5, that's the design of the scheme, the proposed scheme, and lastly step 6, the resultant financial position just after the scheme. And all these are available. So kindly go through the video and then you'll be fine. I think from this, I will walk you through the specific videos that you should watch. So I think I will be doing it alongside the ghetto. Okay. So that's the end of the capital reduction. Good. So for the capital reduction section. And that's what we started first. So when you go to the video, I think the one I'm gonna do for the final account. So I'll walk you through. Now I'm giving the specific video to be watched. Good. So I'll go to the capital reduction, then you will be fine. So you will be fine. Good. Now these are some of the videos. So let's go straight. Capital reduction was the last thing that I did. It was the last thing. Oh, yes. I have part 1, part 2. Good. Capital reduction was the last thing in the video in this amount. So the part 1 and then the part 2, you are done. That's the steps for design of the scheme. You can go through this, you are fine. Plus the illustrations that I've done in the handout. I've solved many. For design of the scheme, I've solved many in the handouts, about 3 or 4. Just please watch the solution. Just watch the solution. Just do what? Watch the solution. Or go through for me and you'll be fine. Aside this video, these 2 videos for capital reduction, this is a part 1, this is a part 2 continuation. And then that's all. Even if you can do that, I believe you can score more than the 20 marks. Good. Hey, I'm not projecting. What happened? Okay, I think I'm not sharing the. Sorry, thought I was sharing something new. Thought I was sharing something new. Ah, yes, I was sharing. Good. So for capital reduction, only watch part 1, part 2. The part 3, it's not to the exam, these exams. Though that was what I was expecting. Good. So you watch the part 1 and then the part 2 of the video. You are sorted out for the capital reduction. Good. So take note of that. And then though there will be specific questions coming out. Yes, there will be specific questions coming out under the capital reduction. But I think there are enough in the handout with solution. I'll just select 2 of them and then rely on it. And then we are done. There's a question in the handout called Ebahi. There's a question. Okay, you cannot hear nor see. You cannot hear. Now I can walk you through the question for practice in the handout. So I'll do that one also now so that it will make your reading a bit easy for you for time no day, right? Hey, is someone calling? Oh, sorry, can't. Yeah. To disconnect my internet. So let's continue. Let's continue. Good. I will go this year. So please, for capital reduction, if you don't have the handout, kindly get it and then let me walk you through the specific areas. Yeah. Huh? Yes. So that is it. Good. Please. This is the handout for the business reorganization. 20 solid marks. So get this handout and then be on the exam focus. Now this one run. This one are coming. The first two, the first one and then the last one. That's the one that's coming. So this is the statement of the liquidation process, and then you see there's a nice illustration here for us. Good. And don't forget the figures here. I intentionally give 3 figures to test which one are you going to use for the liquidation. There's for sale value, there's NRV, there's fair value. Which one are you going to choose? Please, with the liquidation, you choose what for sale. With reconstruction, we choose fair value. Good, choose fair value. So take note. I think when we start the issues, you'll be fine. So I've done some in there. So aside the link or the video solve question number, I think, is it Ebusia or Asempa? There's a question in called Asempa. There's a question in called Asempa. Good, this Asempa. So the video that you are going to watch is a solution to this. Anyway, the solution is also here. Good. So that is it. But in the video, there's more explanation. I think it's explanatory than this. Now, when you are done with Asempa, continue the game. Don't end it there. Not at all. Ebusia, this was last sitting's own. Yes, this was your last sitting's question, the Ebusia. So you can boycott it because it came last sitting. I'm not sure, like, the style will be repeated again. So what left is iodine. There's a question called iodine. I think it's in the tutorial questions. Or ebanhi. Ebanhi, good. Ebanhi, this is April 2019 question. And that one to the solution is in there. So you can also do justice to it. Please go through. All of them are good for practice. So all of them are posed like the question that to be here like this. So this are your question will be like 5, 10, 10 marks, 5, 10, and then 5 marks as well. Then you'll be fine. So Ebanhi is yours, and then the solution to Ebanhi is inside. Perfect. And then from there, I did another one again. Okay, that's all. And I'm going to the tutorial question. So you do AYY, no solution. I think I have the solution there. You try your hands on that one. And then iodine, good. So, and then you are fine. If you can do this for me, then I will increase the target mark. The question will come for 20. So this is 5, this is 10, and this is 5. Yes. In fact, this 5 marks score all, dashing 1. So you are scoring 4 out of 5. This time, there's something in the design of the scheme. That's the step 4, resource requirement. That's when you get there. Good. Now, that side, when you get there, there's an issue. So I normally ask you to jump because time and not be at the side. So out of the 10 marks, at least, if you're dashing what? Dashing 5 or dashing 6 and score 4 2 here. Yes. But you can score more. Yeah, when you come here, the financial position, out of the 5 marks, just score 3 marks, even 2. I'll be fine. So putting this together, you get your 11. But here, you can do well. Let me even west it. Score at least 6 marks for me. So you have 13. So the least one is 13. And do well and add your presentation to it. So the minimum marks I'm pegging here is 15. Plus 1A, 10 marks, making 25 out of the 40. Even if you get 15 out of the 40, I'll be happy. The two compulsory questions, you score 15 there, in which I know for sure that the video is off. Sorry, the video is Yes, please.